We had an active part to play in the institute building, which I think was very satisfying.
Me and my friends from my batch and a couple of others, we were kind of instrumental in setting up what, I don't know if it's existent now, but the science club, and it was helped by Professor Suthi Day.
A few friends, we started going to nearby slum and started teaching students there, 10th standard students, and then that slowly moved on. Other students were interested, our batchmates, juniors, and then we formed a group, gave it a name, Disha, and started few other study centers in other slums, etc. Some activities in nearby villages, and then that grew.
Some of the memorable ones include those associated with Sentience, which was a monthly newsletter which I and a couple of my friends started.
We started out with Mimamsa, which is I think is now cultivated to an annual science fest.
I had founded one club called Jignasa. We went to schools and we did popular science activities in schools.
This is the place where I found my love for mathematics. This is the place where I found that I could be a good manager, and I've grown in this place.
Somebody is doing physics, somebody is doing chemistry, somebody is doing mathematics, and you're all sitting together at 9 o'clock and you're trying to understand how this in mathematics could be applied to this in biology, or how this in physics can be applied in this in chemistry.
The last 5-6 years, we have been looking up science in a holistic manner, not just in a compartmentalized manner. We also wanted to introduce several other courses than the conventional physics, chemistry, maths and biology, for example, social sciences or media. We would like to introduce journalism, a little bit of marketing, finance or intellectual property, because these ones plus science would launch them into good careers depending upon the inherent talent that they have.
Central issue of governance of an academic institution is how to enable and empower the students and the faculty. I think the most important thing perhaps is to allow and encourage growth in all directions.
IISERs have been able to attract very high quality faculty in the area of basic sciences, area of natural sciences. And I think that shows that this whole concept of IISER is certainly successful.
I have some idea of US, I have some idea of Canada, some of Germany and India of course. And the infrastructure we see here at IISER is just absolutely of high international standards.
And some of the labs that they have are more than world class.
That is obviously there for everybody to see, because the kind of facilities that they have created, not just in terms of buildings, but in terms of instruments, analytical facilities, the facilities for enabling research.
When we started in 2007, IISER was 2 classrooms, 3 small labs and 6 faculty.
The classes were held in this building called the Sci Trinity building, of which 3 floors were taken by IISER.
And IISER has changed a lot in the last 6 years.
IISER is completely different compared to what it was back then.
There was this very wild west frontier kind of feeling to IISER.
We started off with a barren line.
Over the years, our facilities have grown.
But the DNA of the institute remains pretty much the same.
When I turn back and see 8 years back and right now, we have a huge change.
To see that growing in such a short period of 8 years, that is something really enjoyable.
So here we are in this campus at this stage, which I think is a very proud moment for all of us. When good people with good facilities and a good ambience are brought together, there is no reason why good science will not happen.
As long as we get complete support financially and infrastructurally, and as long as we keep attracting good people, I see no limit.
In the Indian scene, I think IISER has certainly established itself.
My own impression is that they have done extremely well now.
We are pretty well recognized.
In the way the institution has come up, in the laboratories, in the choice of faculty, in the way it is run, in the kinds of courses which are given, in the kind of research which is done, in the kind of interaction which the IISER has with the outside academic world.
World class in the entire selection of young students, getting the best and the brightest. World class in terms of teachers, getting the best faculty from around the world. world class in terms of physical infrastructure, some of the best facilities, world class in terms of new pedagogies of teaching, learning, and so on and so forth.
Much of this depends upon local leadership, ultimately, but I think Dr. Ganesh has really created a truly transdisciplinary environment.
They can learn for themselves, but we had to give them the so-called that criticality of thinking, to find out, to analyze for themselves, to find solutions to problems. That is what we need to do. The role of teaching itself is different. So that comes down to a new method of teaching, which is again we are very fond of, is inquiry-based learning.
Innovation in education and education in innovation is going to be the currency. And there I find that IISER Pune is doing so much of innovation in terms of education.
It is harder and it is rarer to find teaching and research and enthusiasm of this quality.
The broad vision that we had envisaged, I think, has been fulfilled. I see that the students are beginning their research at a very early stage. I think by the time they finish their masters, they are reasonably ahead.
Overall, their research activity is very nice, very good, developing very well.
I did not frankly expect that I would experience an institution of this quality, diversity and vigor.
India is one of the top institutes, no question about it. In Asia, we have big competitors from Taiwan, South Korea, Japan.
I have no doubt that in about a dozen years, it will be one of the world's best institutions.
Today, I think IISERs are becoming a brand. So a lot of people come and tell me, okay, there is one first choice, many of the parents' first choice is to get their kids into IISER.
More and more people who go through the IISER system must get into the PhD programs of India, okay, so that the quality of the PhD research in the country as a whole starts transforming over a period of time.
Since the independence, the IISERs have been one of the most significant new things that have happened in our country.
I do hope that the IISERs will receive special attention by the government, particularly by the Ministry of Human Resources and Development, because they are a treasure. And I feel that in the years to come, they will be the fountain of science in India. I am so glad that 5 such institutes were created in the country. And it would be very nice if another 2 or 3 IISERs are created in different parts of India in the near future.